think I think we're live now. Okay. Why is it so laggy? Okay, we're just gonna wait and see if we can get that to be less laggy. Bear with me. I'm using a different using a different system now. That's not actually that laggy. Welcome everybody to us. We're doing some live painting again today, and today's gonna be fun because this canvas is not as big as the canvas I wanted to use. I actually wanted to make it 6 feet by 4 feet, but I actually ran out of canvas. So this is what we've got. Yeah. So we're gonna be painting on this today. Bear with me. I'm just going to bring up my let's see, bring up my reference image. Which I just have on my computer. The last painting that I did in this series, the tracking series, that was this big, or close to this big, was a very light painting. Very light colors. So this one, I'm actually going to make very dark. So let's see. Again, apologies. Bear with me. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So basically, this is going to be like a rainy night image. Kind of cold and kind of dark. Forebode, if you will. Not as dark as the one that I just posted on Instagram, but still pretty dark. So, let's see. I'm actually going to move my camera if I computer closer over here. Can I ask you all bear with me? This is a very, very new streaming setup that I've got going. There we go. Okay. So, first things first, we grab our palette. And we grab our paints. And to start, the colors that we need are obviously going to be black, white, and then we're going to need a lot of yellow and a lot of red. And I mean quite a lot. Because we have a lot of canvas to fill up. Also, if anybody's in chat, if you want to let me know if the music's too low or too high, again, we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here with this new setup. And also let me know if the stream itself is like coming up really, really laggy. Because I don't really know. It's in the OBS window that I have open, like it's really laggy. So I don't know if it's actually turning out that way. Okay, and I will be right back because I have to grab my big brush, the big paint brush to cover all of this space. So I'll be right back. Alright. So, again, hopefully this stream isn't as laggy as it seems to be turning out on my computer. Hopefully it's coming up crystal clear. So, we're going to start by grabbing some black, loading up our brush, and grabbing some white, because we're starting with the sky, and the sky itself isn't going to be pure black. That would be very scary. And then we go some red. And some yellow. And what we're kind of looking for here is kind of the vibe that you get from like a sky that's you know, like the city at night, and it's kind of a rainy or snowy night, and you're getting all the light pollution off of the clouds. That's what we're looking for here. So, need a little more yellow, a little more red. Get this sort of like a brownish color. And a little bit more white. So hope everybody's Sunday is going well. And again, let me know in the chat too if the audio settings are okay, because I've got the music playing, and then my voice. So, all right, we're gonna start up here. I think just kind of lay out the groundwork for this guy. And up here it's going to be darker. gonna be lighter. So and just loading up a brush with paint, getting a lot of paint on there. And then just going to town. Yeah, like I said, the canvas size I was planning for this painting was 6 feet by 4 feet because I have a stretcher, which is what you stretch a canvas on. It's like the frame of the painting. I stretched it at 6 feet by 4 feet because I thought another painting of mine was that size. Then it turns out it wasn't. So but that's okay. I'll just have to get more canvas. Which, depending on the stock, might take a while. So if it does take a while, then we will just spend the next couple of streams uh, doing drawings. Because drawings take a little less. Alright. So again, we're just laying this in. Nice and steady. With the lighter colors coming down here closer to where the horizon meets. Just blending that in. And keeping in mind, we're trying to keep this consistent, but we're also trying to go quick because acrylic paint dries very quick. So we're keeping aware of that while laying our paint down. We don't have a whole lot of time to like blend and mix, so we go as quickly as possible while maintaining a good amount of there we go. All right. I'm going to just check a setting on my phone real quick. Things. Hopefully all things. What I did is I have a OBS where I have my phone actually set up as my webcam because my webcam is kind of garbage. But I think I have bitrate set on my phone too high, like the bitrate transfer from the camera on phone to OBS. I think that was a little bit too high. But that was the case. Could have not been. It's using a lot of it. So that is our MO over it now. Yeah. That's the point. On the canvas, we're going to start using a lot more weight. As we get closer to the eyes line. Like so. Keeping a brush full of paint. A little bit more in there. A little bit light. So as you see, I have more paint. There is paint on my sock. Interesting. Sometimes what happens if you load your brush up with paint is some of it drips off and invariably lands on the floor or on your sock. So I don't need footprints all over the place, so I can take that off. Let me wipe up this paint off the floor. There we go. So, white paint. Something got away over here. Bear with me a second. Alright, here we go. Floors are clean. Okay. So, now, some more. And this is about where I'm going to stop with the scout portion. Just because I'm planning on having a whole stuff forward, so I don't really need that much more of that. So just that. Brush that in. Getting my coverage. Hey! Thank you for the raid, my friend. Appreciate it. Also, that was good. Now I know that my simulator actually works. Thank you, Jay Lewis. Also, let me know if you're watching. Let me know if the stream's coming out laggy or anything, because it's coming out really laggy on my OS. But I don't know if it's. If anybody doesn't know Jay Lewis, so he actually started streaming today. He streamed a lot of Pokemon. Great. He's streaming I think it's a Spooky Cup right now in Pokemon Sword Shield. He's also responsible for getting me into Pokemon. Admittedly, I haven't played for him because from our dogging and the Breath of Wild Master quest have taken up a lot of my time. You know, these things I'll get Pokemon. You should all. Yeah, we both all said the turn he was playing, and we were all just wondering like how world is that good? Because it's that good. Alright. And for those of you who joined from the raid, just an explanation of myself. I'm a Pokemon. So I'm simply Jamar OTA, but I do paint and drawing, and I'm doing basically a new thing right now from scratch. Reference image. Well, basically reference image. A couple of years ago, this figure is. Right now, I'm just laying down different things with the sky. You know, nothing crazy has happened yet, but it is rather large canvas, as you can see. This is gonna be a very big painting. So just kind of laying things down as we go. While listening to some choppies. If you've heard before, I apologize because I'm very new people. Someone asked me when I was streaming on IG Live if this is what I usually listen to when I artwork. Yeah, actually, I tend to listen to my own playlists and stuff on iTunes and Spotify and stuff. A lot of hip-hop, also a lot of classic R&B, a lot of soul, a lot of actually pretty eclectic. There's video game music on there. There's pop, rock, some lo-fi stuff from bass, all sorts of jazz, lots of jazz. That's what we listen to. We can't listen to here because copyright strikes or anything, and I'd rather just be muted taking them. So. We're using free use hip-hop, because I also like hip-hop. The vibe here is very, very, very chill, just relax on Sunday morning. Easy like Sunday morning. I'm just happy. And we're also done with a very basic sky background. Very close, I think we're there now, actually. A little bit. Okay. So now what we're going to do down here is we're going to lay in some really, really dark black. Again, don't want to use pure black because pure black is very flat, it's very boring, there's no depth to it. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some red, a little bit of yellow to it, make it sort of like brown and black, which will match the tones that are actually in the sky. But we're going to need a lot of it, so. Like that. Now this isn't any sort of defined shape, texture, or anything. We're still getting it dark so that we know where it is. And we're doing this shape. Basically what we're doing here. And we're not finding any shapes, we're not doing any buildings or trees or figures or anything now. We're just filling up the space. We have a general idea of what we're working. And if we need to see the ID, we're just laying in blocks of color, basically. And add the dark black. This. this extra depth. We're just filling in a lot. This paint, what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you through that step all the way through. Because we start from scratch, right? It was like this. And then the next step what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, like, once the painting is done, I'm going to show you how to stretch a canvas, which will be good because this canvas is really big. And it'll be good to see what it is that you need to do to stretch canvas big. And we go like so. Ha! I think my OBS finally caught up with us. So. If again, if the quality of this stream is off, I do apologize. It will get better. This is my first time using OBS and all that, so it will get better. In terms of in terms of the quality of the stream when it's done, the streams are going to be lower quality right now, like the VODs and all that, just simply because our internet connection isn't the greatest in my studio, aka my bedroom. But we might be looking to upgrade our internet, hopefully soon. But until then, if anybody in the chat, feel free again to let me know how things are looking, how things are sounding. So we're almost done laying in this dark watercolor. Again, just kind of mapping out where things are going to go as we progress. Very simple, very quick and messy, because we can figure out details later. There we go. And I think that looks pretty good. Yes, indeed. Alright. So I'm going to put my brush down, and then just real quick, I'm going to grab, first I'm going to grab some rubbing alcohol, and I'll explain why in a second. But I'm also going to grab a tub of water to clean off this brush. Or just to sit in it, because you really don't want, like a brush that big, you really don't want a lot of paint sitting for too long. So, I will be right back. This shouldn't take more than, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. Just enjoy the music. Nice. And I'm back. Got our tub of water. Again, the reason I'm doing this is what I usually do when I'm not painting on stream is I would wash this brush because it's so big. I would just wash it directly in the sink. But in the meantime, I'm just going to let it soak in this water just to make sure it doesn't dry out. And we'll put it in a place here where I won't kick it. And now rubbing alcohol. Now rubbing alcohol is actually very good for acrylic paint in terms of getting it out of stuff. See, acrylic paint is a plastic polymer, and rubbing alcohol will break down this particular plastic polymer if you get it on fabric. And the reason that's relevant right now is because I got some on our bed. So, just gonna get this off the sheets, let it soak for a minute. So if you get rubbing alcohol on any sort of fabric, like your clothes or anything like that, it's very good for actually getting it off of that. It's also very good for getting dried acrylic paint out of brushes. So if you have any brushes that you've accidentally left out too long and they're like rock hard, soak them in rubbing alcohol and maybe a little bit of water and let it soak for a while, and then it'll actually bring the brush back and it'll actually like break down the acrylic paint, and then you can use it again. So very, very handy. I forget where I saw that advice, but I'm very glad that I did. It makes things so much easier. Yeah, it's already starting to break down this paint that's on the bed. So I'm going to put a little bit more on. Just like so. Let it soak. And we'll just leave that for now. Okay, now let's go back over to our reference image and see what we want to do. Do we want to add any sort of clouds? Or do we want to just keep everything kind of even? And I'm a big fan of clouds, so I think I might put in some clouds. But we'll see. We shall see. going to put in some clouds because I decided to. First, we're going to grab some more yellow paint because we used it all to do the background. Alright. So, let's see. We've got a smaller brush here, which I haven't actually used this brush for clouds, so hopefully it works alright. I don't see why it wouldn't. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and color match as best as I can to the background color. I'm not going to add too many clouds because we do want, like, this is going to be pretty, like, even cloud cover. You know, it's a rainy night. So what I want to do is more just define sort of like spaces in between the different clouds for the cloud cover. So let's start here. And kind of dry our brush out a little bit, get some excess paint off of it. You know, just kind of so what you'll learn through the process of painting is that you're going to make mistakes, and it's really how you react to those mistakes that's important. This is not the right brush for doing these clouds. So I'm going to grab another brush that I know will be better, that I probably should have just started with, but hey, trying new things. So let me grab this brush and wash it off a bit. And now we'll try again. Okay. So we'll get that color loaded up again. What it is this brush is just a little bit more portable and a little bit easier to control. And again, this isn't going to be like real extensive cloud cover. We're just kind of throwing in a few clouds that are hanging a little bit below the blanket of clouds that's already there. You know, because sometimes you see that. Sometimes you see clouds that are a little lower. But we need a little bit more white in that. Ooh. Excuse me. These clouds are a little bit wispy because they're hanging below, again, the blanket of clouds above, which you'll sometimes see in rainstorms as the clouds are moving along. Yeah. Just like so. I'm just kind of dragging the clouds up and back. Like I said, just making them wispy. They're just traveling along under the storm. We'll put one right here, although this one might end up getting covered up, depending on what we put in the foreground. But that's okay. I mean, it'll most definitely get covered up, but that's alright. Not all of it will. And then it'll add some extra flavor to the painting. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Just so you can get a sort of a closer look at what I did. So you can see some wisps in here and up here and coming across, just to give some added depth. Because depth is very important when it comes to paint and artwork. If you're doing something realistic, you don't want it to look like it's very... You don't really want to make it look like completely two-dimensional. You want to have some like dimensions to it. You don't have to, obviously. But me, I like my work to have a little bit of depth to it. And just going to add a little more highlights down here. I'll put some here too. Basically what I'm doing here, I decided is I'm going to add these cloud highlights to any place where I think the background paint might be a little too thin for my liking, and too much of the underlying canvas is showing through. It's not too many places, and I mean, anybody who's seen my work knows my style. I tend not to put a whole lot of paint on the canvas anyway. I keep it very light. But there's just a few places where it's a little bit, just a little bit too light. So we're just gonna put some paint on top of it. It should take care of it. Alright, how are we doing for time? Oh, we're almost done our first hour. And just by the looks of it, we've actually gotten a fair amount of stuff done in an hour, which is exciting. It's always kind of nerve-wracking to start a painting, I find. It's nerve-wracking to start it, and then it's very, like, I don't know, because you have an idea of what you want to do, but you don't know if you're going to be able to, like, actually put it on canvas the way that you want it to be. And then you lay down the background, and then you're just kind of off. At least, that's how I find my process goes. You worry and stress over it, and then finally you're like, okay, well, I got to put something on canvas. So you do, and then from there, it's just fun. And that's all this is, just a lot of fun. Just messing around. And I think with my tracking series, which every piece that I've done so far during live streaming has been part of that tracking series that I eventually want to put in the solo show. Eventually. But every piece has been that, and this will make a very nice complementary piece to another one that I did that wasn't on stream earlier. It's called Behind the Drift. If you look on any of my art pages, you'll find that piece, because that one is also very big. And unfortunately, it's erroneously labeled as 6 by 4 feet on all those sites. I should probably change that, because it's not. It's less than that. That's the painting that I thought was going to fit on my 6 by 4 stretcher, but didn't, because I didn't measure right. But that's okay. But this will be a nice complementary piece to that piece, because that one is much lighter colors. This one is much darker. So these clouds actually aren't, like I said, they're not in the reference image. I'm just kind of throwing them in here because I like doing clouds. There we go. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. And again, all this cloud work is just a means to an end to give a little more depth to the plane that we painted for the sky. That's the whole purpose. Well, plus, I mean, the clouds look good. Hopefully they look good. But their secondary purpose is to provide depth. There we go. The first couple of notes of this song actually sounded like "Ew" from Joji. There. I think that I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Now, there is an annoying line here from the from the wall that I think I'm going to take care of. That's another thing that you should try to remain aware of when you're painting, just like what the surface that you're painting on. Yeah, I'm going to have to put something behind that, and I don't really have anything handy right now. But that's okay. We can fix that later. So, that's our first hour down, and I've got an idea for this that I think is going to be really, really interesting. See, because what I wanted to do was like a big old house here, but instead, I think what I might do is I might have like an overpass here, like a bridge overpass on this side of the painting, then have something down here, almost like a path, like a walking path or something that's being lit up, and then have like a couple of like big apartment buildings here with some lights. I think that's the direction I want to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pull up some reference images that I've taken of those types of things, because I take a lot of reference images. I go for a lot of walks. I go for a lot of walks at night too, and I take a lot of photos of stuff that I think would look good in paintings, like down the line. And all three of those things that I mentioned are in my repository for reference images. So I'll just move over here and just chat with you all a bit. You can look at the painting while I look this up, which shouldn't take too long, because like I said, I have a pretty good collection of things. So again, I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm not sure where you guys are, but I know where I am. It's look like a pretty nice day. Uh, like it's sun right now. I'm looking out my window. Personally, I do like some days. I've mentioned on here before my favorite weather is rain. I love rainy weather, and I love that stuff. I love precipitation. It's like the world's getting a bath. All right. I end up putting a lot of my a lot of my reference images actually I put on in my Google Drive, because if I didn't, I would have absolutely no room on my computer. It's a bit of hyperbole, but just to give you an idea of just how many pictures I take. I started them in my Google Drive because what I did is I would keep them in my phone, and I would just scroll through my phone. But you're getting a few too many pictures on my phone. Okay, so there's the overpass. And the apartment buildings should be pretty close to that. And there they are. So now just gotta look at this walking path. This one's a little trickier. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Cool. We're good. All right. So, much like what we did here, I'm not going to block any like what I'm actually going to do is just fully block it. That's going to be what I'm going to do. I think. Yeah. Just sort of lay out where those things are going to be in the painting. So, we'll grab that brush again. Okay, this won't have a whole lot of detail to it. It's just going to be kind of deciding where we want stuff to be. And then we'll figure out stuff like depth of field and all like the tiny little details later. To start, I'm going to block in where I want these skyscrapers to be. Or not skyscrapers, apartment buildings. Yeah, very basic shapes. Not any details, just laying in blocks of color, deciding where things are going to go. I need more black paint. Use a lot of black today, but that's okay. That's what I bought it for. And again, I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but we're just laying down color. We're not doing anything fancy. Just sort of deciding where we want stuff to be. Sort of a base layer. Like a road map. I'm going to have another one here for the back. Be like projects. Like a big old bank of a apartment complex. This one, much like the one I did with the ice fisherman the other day, that we finished on stream, this one's gonna have a lot of space in the sky. This one's gonna have a lot of space in the sky. It's gonna be very vast up here. Which I think will be a cool element to it. So let's add the third one here. That's just kind of hanging up on its lonesome. Well, not that on its lonesome, I'm going to put another one in there. But just so we get a little bit of space here. You know. Alright, I'm getting a little too fixated on exact details here, like getting these lines straight. I shouldn't. I'm just blocking them in. So that's good. Yeah, that's good. And then of course this is when we go over this, it's going to match. I'm going to match it to this color a little more than it already is. Like this is a little darker. But we will fix that. then I think what we'll do is we'll throw one in here. In behind. So we've got 4 of them. And then we're going to have some trees here. And this one is not going to be in winter, so we're going to have coniferous and deciduous trees. So we're just kind of throwing in basic shapes of what I want trees to do. So now someone might say, like, this seems a little weird that you're going to have like wooded space next to apartment complexes, but up here in the GTA, there's actually a lot of wooded areas right next to an overpass, which is what we're going to be painting over here. So it's actually not that it's not that weird, I promise. Then what we're going to do, I think, is just in the background, I'm just going to lay some lines where I want some like buildings in the background. Like in the far distance, excuse me. Almost like the skyline, way in the distance. Radio tower or something. Some more skyline. These could be office buildings, or more realistically, they could be condos. Probably condos. To be honest with you. There we go. Alright. So, again, that's just kind of blocking in where I might want stuff. And now we're going to move over here to the overpass. Now, how do I want to configure this? Keep in mind, this is all subject to change, too. That's kind of the nice thing about laying down all this stuff right now very loosely, is I could change all this. None of this is permanent. Instead of doing a car overpass here, I might actually do a train bridge. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this area with more trees, actually, and then we'll come back to it and figure out what we want to do in terms of a train bridge or overpass. Which is shorthand for, as an artist, I didn't really like how that looked. I didn't like how the overpass looked. So we're just going to cover it up and then try it again once the paint's dry. Once I figure out what it is I want to do with that space. Alright. So we're actually getting not toward the end, kind of toward the end of this tube of paint, so I can show you a very cool tool that I got that helps you get that last little bit of paint out of if I can find there it is. Helps you get the last bit of paint out of your tubes. Basically, I mean, you've probably seen these before, but it's a little key. It's a little tube key, and basically, you just attach it to the bottom of your tube, and then you just turn. You might have to like work with it to get it going, because it's not going to want to. People use this for their toothpaste all the time. This kind of thing. But just turn it like so, and now you can actually squeeze out the paint that's kind of caught inside, like so. Very useful. It took me entirely too long to find one of these things. None of the art supply stores that I went to had it. I had to actually end up buying it online. But I'm glad I found it because it works beautifully. Beautifully. Alright. It's back over here. Putting in trees because I didn't like how that overpass looked. Which you'll find a lot of people joke about with art, everything you do is deliberate, or you should treat it that way. Not me. If I make a mistake or I don't like the way it looks, I will let people know. And maybe that's me being a little too self-critical. Maybe. But there's this idea that you should never let your audience know when you didn't mean to do something. And I don't believe in that. Otherwise I don't value you as much as I don't buy into that. I know me personally, an artist that I liked was like, oh yeah, I tried doing this and I don't think it really worked out. I'm going to try again. That would put me off at all. That would be like, oh, that's kind of cool that you're sharing that with us. Okay, so we're at a point now where that paint is drying, and it won't take too long to dry, but it will take some time to dry because there's a lot of paint on it. So I think in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch up some more areas in the back here, like add a few more of these cloud definitions. Just because there's a lot of areas, in here where you can see brush strokes that I would rather not have in there. So I'm gonna clean it up, I think. What I'm gonna do. This sweater rides up more than I want it to. Okay. So. Let's okay. Maybe let's use a smaller brush for this one. For this little pass. Oh yeah, I'm just looking outside right now. It is a beautiful sunny day. Beautiful. Looks like it's breezy. It's windy. Alright. So, let's get our colors situated and start adding in some more of these clouds. So, I don't know who's watching, because I didn't put the viewer count widget in OBS. I didn't know that was a thing. But if you are watching and you feel compelled to, feel free to leave in the chat like what you guys are up to today. Later today, gonna go have dinner with my girlfriend and her parents. Should be fun. Should be some tasty food. Maybe watch some football. Post some stuff to Instagram. Maybe work on some other artwork for this series that I'm putting together. Those are my plans for the rest of the day. So, yeah. I'm interested in knowing what you all have planned, if anything. If you don't have anything planned, you're just hanging out, that's cool too. There's nothing wrong with just relaxing. Enjoying your day without any sort of pressures of doing anything. Those days are nice as well. Alright. And again, I apologize if this seems redundant to you, but like I've said before, doing multiple passes on a piece of painting that you thought was done, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not completely happy with how something turned out, there's no rule against going back in and fixing it in your eyes, you know? Even if it means that it looks like you're not really doing much of anything at all. It makes all the difference in the end. Because I mean, as important as it is to, you know, build an audience, and as nice as it feels to have people enjoy your work, if you don't enjoy it, then what's the point, you know? If there's stuff that you wish you would have done differently in a painting, but you didn't because you thought, well, other people might not like it, you know, then what's the point? You should be making art for you. And then if it resonates with someone else, that's a nice little bonus. I remember when I was in university, I really struggled with the fact that I felt like all of the artwork that I was doing oh, it's really choppy and pixel. I was worried about that. Let's see if I can fix that a little right now. Thank you for letting me know. Again, this is we're just kind of trying something new here. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Let me know if that helps. Yeah, like I said, we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants with this particular stream. Because I didn't budget my time right. And didn't get the chance to do a test stream before we started today. Which figure out all the bugs and the kinks by Tuesday's stream. Okay. So we're going to add some more clouds and stuff down here, I think. yeah, let me know if that improved the stream output at all. What I did is I upped the. Oh, fair enough. It's a juggling act between the bit rate on the actual stream itself, and then the bit rate from my phone to the because my phone is the webcam. So if the audio is worse, then I'll just be a little quieter. Real quick though, I'll finish by saying about university. In university, I felt like all I was doing was creating artwork that my professors would like, so that I would get a good grade, and that didn't sit well with me. So if you're in that situation, or if you're out of that situation and you're still kind of struggling with that, just do what it is that you enjoy. Something that connects with you, resonates with you. And then if other people connect with it, great. And if not, well, it's just the way it is. I do appreciate you letting me know how things are looking. Because again, I can't really see. Have to do. The sound. Hmm. Yeah, I'll try and figure it out by the next stream. I'll do a test stream tomorrow and see if I can figure it out. Figure it out by Tuesday. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I was seeing if I could do something about the audio mix, but I'm gonna have to look it up after the stream is over. So right now, I'll just So you just kind of want to have a few more later to dry. So little too, little too late. me check this reference.